Yeah, so this is a fair use from the Act of 1976. Disclaimer, Section 107, under critical and teaching and scholarship and educational purposes, research. I am not making any money off this. This is fair use, fair use.
Yeah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaha Kodash. Let's give double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. To the elder apostles, bishops in Connecticut, the bishops, the preachers, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect. The elect, Shalom. To the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold, Shalom. To you sisters, your Chwatim, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. This your brother Aram Yehowadah with the lesson.
We must ban the central bank digital currency permanently. A CBDC is the ultimate surveillance tool that allows the government to track, control, and potentially freeze every purchase you make. The CBDC cannot ever be allowed to operate in the United States. It is the biggest threat to our privacy. We must ban the central bank digital currency permanently. A CBDC is the ultimate surveillance tool that allows the government to track, control, and potentially freeze every purchase you make. The CBDC cannot ever be allowed to operate in the United States. It is the biggest threat to our privacy. We must ban the central bank digital currency permanently.
Yeah, so this is First Maccabees chapter 1 verse First Maccabees 1 chapter 7 verse 8. Then the king chose Bacchites, a friend of the king, who ruled beyond the flood and was a great man in the kingdom, and faithful to the king, right? So, you have your mayors, your governors, your presidents, your certain different people in office, and, they know things within your state or whoever. And, they know who would look presentable enough to come to you or present themselves as a friend, so to speak, as a friend of the people, right? Because this is nothing but the left-right paradigm. You're not going to stop it. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, what this is prophecy. It's for prophecy's sake, right? And it says, and he had sent with that wicked with him. He had and he and him he sent. Oh, so like and him he sent, right, of the king. In him he sent with that wicked alchemist, right? Alchemist whom he made a high priest, right? So you have this is a Israelite, right? So you have a Edomite, a Israelite, and they seem like they're joining hand, a coalition, rainbow coalition, right? So no, look, see, we're no, and commanded that they should take vengeance of the children of Israel. So really, they're there to and that's what Esau is. He's setting us up for vengeance. He don't like you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, right? He'll pretend so that they departed and came with a great power, right, military, unto the land of Judah, right? And then don't they have the militaries in the streets right now? Right? They saying they, oh, just pull the National Guard for here and here and here. Oh, it's no big deal. That's everything that's happening right now. Right? You got the military in your streets, and it ain't really much been kicking up lately, but here and there is little pockets of little things that's happening with ICE and all these different things. You know, they kind of, let it die down because of the whole Iraq thing, which is Persia, right? Which is all prophecy, right? So prophecy is all happening, right? And then Judea, right? And we're people before a place. So you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, where you at? And they're ready to put these troops. You know what I mean? They're ready to put boots on the ground, right? And boots upside your head, really. It says where they sent messengers, right? And that's like this dude. We can't allow the micro C-hip to be introduced. We can't let the CBDC be our thing. This is going to take our rights. It's going to take, we're not going to be able to have privacy. Like he's saying all these things. I mean, everything he said was good, but it's not according to prophecy. It's not according to the Lord's will. So you're not going to be able to stop it. And really, this is just a way that they sent messengers to Judas and his brethren with peaceable words deceitfully. And that's all that is. So peaceable words deceitfully. Yeah, so this is Psalms chapter 10, verse 10. He croucheth and humbled himself. See, and that's all this is. They're going to show you this is that left-right paradigm. They're going to have people come in. Oh, yeah, we're going to fight. We're going to do this. But really, hey, those people are set up, man. Right? The dude had a bald head, no beard, speaking like he we cannot let... Bro, you can never take a person look like that serious, bro. Right? Even if he was serious. When you got a bald head, no beard, I won't take you serious. Ever. And even then, you're Edomite. We're in the system. There's no way you take these guys serious, because they're gonna what? He croucheth and humble himself, that the poor may fall by his strong one. See, they got their military ready. They got everything ready. They about to roll out this MOTB. They about to push that. There's before the micro C-hip. They're going to push this digital ID. They know people are going to buck up against that, because you mean I can't work unless I have this digital ID, unless I put my face, that don't seem right. And people are going to be upset by that. And it's going to kick up a little dust, things like that. And they're going to do whatever they could do and try to calm everything back down, so everything seems normal once again. After a couple people get unalived and fighting and all these different things, right? And he hath said in his heart, La'ab. See, this is what they're doing in their mind. This is what they're doing in their council. This is what they did when they went to go speak to China. I mean, you don't take tech billionaires with banking billionaires and have this secret conversation, but somehow when they come out, you're supposed to feel like everything's okay. Nothing. That ought to make you nervous. Right? You know what I'm saying? God has forgotten. He hideth his face, right? Because that's the way the Lord has treated us, right? This devil has been getting away with being able to unalive us without any recompense, without anything happening. So he's like, hey, look, we could do this. We could mess them. Hey, the Lord hid himself from these guys. Look what we have. Look, they in the ghettos, the vadios, the reservations. Yeah, you got a couple of little, what did Trump call them? call us? He said, the prophets of doom. He got a couple little prophets of doom. That's what he called us. Right? But we got this. Right? That's kind of how they looking at it. Yeah. He hit his face. He will never see it. Hey, he ain't finna see all this stuff. He don't care about these people no more. Right? It says, arise, O Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, O power, lift up thy hand, forget not the humble. See, and that's ultimately what he's gonna do. He's not gonna forget the humble, which a lot of you jakes are full of pride, man. Right? We tell you things. You're an I know. I'm a what is it? What is it? Historical or traditional or foundational Black American. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm Mexican. I'm a Native American. Don't you ever talk to me like that. Well, we're trying to give you the truth. We're trying to give you the keys of David, the keys to salvation, man. Right? But you don't want it. Okay. Well, okay. Wherefore do it the wicked contemned the power, right? See? You forget that the wicked is out here and he's always coming against the power and you're the children of the power. But I guess you're not really, because you're in all these different you're in darkness, gross darkness. And he has said in his heart, thou will not require it. See? They said, hey man, we can go in here, we're gonna push this micro C hip, we're gonna push in the military, we're gonna do all these different things, we're gonna set up someone so it seems like there's a peaceable person. We're gonna speak peaceable, but it's gonna be peaceable in deceit. Right? We're gonna come crouch ourselves, we're gonna seem humble. But in our mind, we like, hey, God done forgot about these people. Hey, it's like taking candy from a baby. God done forgot about them. He ain't gonna require it. Thou hast seen it, for thou hast beheld its the mischief and spite to require it with thy hand. The poor committeth himself unto thee. Thou art the helper of the fatherless. Right? It says, and thou, it says, break thou the arm of the wicked. Right? Because they coming in with their military. So this is our hope. This is our prayer. Right? Because this is ultimately a prayer that David is breaking down. Right? It's ultimately a prayer. It says, break thou the arm, right? Which is talking about the military, their strength of the wicked. Right? Which goes into this like I said, the Palantir, these satellites, these surveillance that they're about to do. Right? It's about to, hey, they're going to have a lot of strength. And evil men seek out, right? And that's what Palantir is going to do. It's surveillance, open surveillance. You're going to be open air prisoner, right? 15-minute cities. You won't be able to buy or sell unless they say so. And even the guy's telling you. So that's prophecy. Till thou, seek out his wickedness till thou find none, right? Yeah. Yes, yeah, because one day the Lord wipe them completely out. Right? Says the Lord is the king, right? See, yeah, because when you take the micro C hip, you're basically saying that Esau's your king, he's your God. He's the one that can provide for you. And that's what they're saying. But it's left right paradigm. That's all it is. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of the land. See, because that's what they're planning to do. They're planning on to replacing the Most High, right? That's what their thoughts is. It says Yahweh have heard the desire of the humble, true humble, not the ones that pretending to be humble. Thou wilt prepare their hearts, right? And that's what we're doing. Thou wilt cause thy ears to hear, right? And now you're hearing the word and what understanding, right? To judge the fatherless and the oppressed, because that's what they about to do. They about to oppress the entire world. Because if you don't have the digital ID, which eventually it's gonna transfer into having the digital ID into the micro subdermally into your hand, right hand, left hand, forehead, right, or butt cheek, like what you're gonna say. Hey, whatever. Hey, and you're gonna be oppressed. That the man of the earth may no more. What's like the Lord judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may no more oppress, right? Yeah, and that's ultimately our hope, right? Yeah. So this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 12 says, "Set him not by thee," right? You know, because they're coming with this whole, like I said, the left-right paradigm. They're seeing like someone's on your side, and then like, but really that person is there to bring you down. It's all deceit, because you can't stop it. You can't stop it first and foremost, because it's prophecy. It's what the Lord wants. It's ultimately the Lord's MOTB, man. This is what the Lord wants to bring forth judgment. Right? It says, "Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee," right? And that's ultimately what this is. This is an overthrow. This is why they were talking about they're gonna take all the black vote and the black people going into slavery. Right? They plan on putting you back into slavery and going to slavery again. But it's not just the so-called black people. You so-called white people, but that's the reason why they're saying it. It's all the bait and switch. See, white people like, yeah, we get to put them, and see what's going to happen is you're going to be in the same detention center, the same rehabilitation center. You're going to be in the same place, either getting your head chopped off or getting micro C-hipped. It's you know what I mean? It's not gonna be like they're just gonna throw a Jake in that thing, and they're not gonna do it to you Edomites, to you Moabites. This is a thing. It's a global thing. See, but they intend to feed off of the hate that you have for Jake, and reel everybody in, and then the stupidity of Jake that wants to love everybody, right? And you know, and they're gonna speak peaceable with you, but by deceit, right? And it says, and he set up, he stand up in thy place. Yeah, right. Set him not by you, because he'll overthrow you and then stand up in your place, because the kingdom and the rulership of this world belongs to us. If you're doing that, you're throwing away your blessing, so to speak, and you're giving it to this guy, which that's basically what he wants you to do. He wants you to do what his forefather did, right? He gave up the blessing for half-cooked lentils, right? For a meal, right? And that's pretty much what he want to do. He want to starve everyone out and have you give up your blessing for a meal, right? That's like his way of getting revenge, payback, right? Especially for you Jakes, you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. That's the main ones he wants to he can't wait to see you be starving and can't eat, and you please just give me the micro C-hip. He can't wait to see that, bro. He can't wait to see that, because that's how his forefather lost the blessing. So he's hoping that you get, so he can get the blessing back, right? And he stand up in thy place. Says, neither let him sit at thy right hand, right? Lest he seek to take thy seat. And that's what they're doing. It's left, right pair. Now they're only seeking to take your seat, right? But we ain't having it. At least the elect, Lord willing, I'm part of that number, right? Lord willing. But we know that there's an elect that ain't gonna, you know what I mean, whoever they are, they're not gonna play that. And thou at the last remember my words, right? You know, it's, oh wait, the Lord said, this is all scripture, this is Bible prophecy. Micro C-hip, this is the mark of the beast. Too late, right? And be pricked with it, right? And that's what they plan on doing, pricking you in the hand, right? Left hand, right hand, and some people may get the brain joint, right? You know, they're talking about how China's ahead, and they got all these things and innovation for the brain chip with Elon Musk, and you know, these things that they're pushing it, man. Whether it's safe or not, especially for these Edomites, they don't give a damn if it's safe. They just plan on pushing their agenda. Or who would pity a charmer? See, because that's what you're doing. You're trying to, let's just sing "We Are the World, We Are the Children," right? The children are our future, right? Let's sing "Kumbaya" and love everybody, hold hand in hand, because these Edomites and some of these Moabites are stepping up, saying, "Hey, I'm your friend, black people. Hey, I'm your friend, Mexican people. Oh, we're gonna." Hey, bro. Yeah. Who would pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? And that's what Esau is. He's a serpent from the garden from the beginning. Right? That's what it tells you. You know? Who is Satan? Who's the devil? What it says? Who's the devil? Who's Satan? Satan meaning devil meaning false accuser. Satan meaning adversary. And it says that old serpent, right, from the garden, from the beginning. And that's him. Or any such as come nigh a wild beast. Hey, and that's Esau. Esau is a wild beast. You're in the fourth industrial or fifth industrial complex of them pushing forth surveillance, micro C-hip, right? You know, pretty much just making you a prisoner, a digital prisoner. It says, so one that goeth to a sinner, so one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity him, right? So when you take the micro C-hip and you're joined unto Esau, joining hand to hand, right? So when you're joined into him, what? Though hand joint in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. So just because you're saying, oh no, we'll have this love coalition. See, don't love conquer all. Though hand joining hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. So it's not going to stop his punishment. You're gonna be taking his punishment with them. Though you're an Israelite, you're meant to not. You were never meant to drink of the cup, but you are surely drunken of it. Now you're in the land of your captivity, and you're still trying to sing. You're still trying to sing Kumbaya. You know, right? The Lord ain't dealing with that, man. But the seed of the righteous shall be delivered, right? And that seed is only one seed. And that seed being Isaac, meaning what? Isaac had Jacob, and Jacob became Israel. And so that the Israelites, the 12 patriarchs, their descendants are going to inherit the kingdom of heaven, beginning with the elect, right? Come back right here. So going right here, Ecclesiastes 12:14. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him, though hand joining hand, the wicked will not go unpunished. Now you're defiled with him, right? In his sin, right? You know, because this is his kingdom. You're going to be joint with him in his kingdom, which his kingdom is prophesied to be destroyed. So now you're going to be destroyed with him. Who will pity? And hey, who going to pity you in that day? Nobody. The Most High ain't going to pity. He's gonna judge you justly, because you thinking you could hold on to this world, hold on to these different things, you know, make fun, laugh at. Oh, look at those, they wearing a dress and da 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 da, so on and so forth. Man, hey, listen, you've been warned about the micro C hip. Do not take it. Do not take the micro C hip. Do not, you know what I mean? The digital ID, even though it's messed up, it's not the mark of the beast. So you're okay there. I mean, it's a little wild, you know, for them to go to such an extreme, but hey, we know where it's going. All right? Full total control, full total lockdown. Right? They're gonna have control over you. That's what this guy is saying. Let's prevent it. You can't. It's prophecy. Yeah. So this is Isaiah chapter 55 verse 10. For as for rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth bud, and it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater, right? Which Esau is telling you what? No, the crops are failing. But don't worry. We can make 3D printed meat, and you'll be okay. We can make it to rain. You don't need God. Just take us. Have us as your God, right? You know, but the whole thing is what? So, right, 11, Isaiah 55:11. So shall my word, see, the whole thing is the Most High's word be that goeth forth out of my mouth, out of the Lord's mouth, right? Which starts with the prophets, right? The Lord's mouth is the prophets, but they're giving you direct message from the Father, right? Message meaning angels, and angels are part, you know, is basically, you know, the Holy Spirit, which taps into the brain, which goes into, was it called supping with that person, that individual, which would bring you forth wisdom and knowledge, which is the stability of our times, will start permeating through that person, that individual, right? And he's telling you the feelings and the sentiments of the Most High power, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and it shall not return. See, and when the word of the Lord goes out, it will not return unto me what? Void, right? It's not going to come to him empty. So the Lord prophesied about the micro C hip, and it ain't going to change, right? But it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall purpose the things whereunto I sent it, right? And the Lord sent the MOTB to be at this very last time, in the last days, in this last hour, right? Yeah, so this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 5. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemy, which is talking about Esau, Edom, right? The self-proclaimed so-called white man, the one you can't wait to join hands with, which you can't wait to have someone be a friend of you. We have to fight together, and we're gonna stand up together. And he, it's all pretend. And even if he is legitly sincere, it doesn't matter. It's prophecy, right? You're not gonna evade prophecy. You may be able to prolong a little thing over and over and over again for a little while, but eventually it's gonna have to come through, because prophecy, the word of the Lord went out and will never come back void, which everything really is determined on the Lord's time, right? Though it tarry, right? Wait for it, right? It will surely come, and then it will not tarry. So we're coming to the time that things are not tarrying the way it used to, right? It may tarry a little bit, but not really much. It's not much tarrying anymore, because it's about that time. And so that's what they're doing. We got these things, and we got this Jesus-like miracles with this micro C hip, speaking great things and blasphemings, and powers was given unto him to continue 40 and 2 months, right? Which that's the Treaty of Rome. It was 1957, and then from 1957 till now, 2026 is what, 69 years, right? Give or take, right? Right, because it could, because next year will be another year and another year. But it's about around that time. Just like he told Moses, he told Abraham that they would be there for 400 years, but ended up being 430 years or 40 years, right? So the Lord gives a ballpark sometimes, but pretty much he was right. Like, what I'm saying? I mean, what could you say? But we know we're at that time, and you're just flesh, you're just a mere man. It says, and he opened his mouth and blasphemed against the Most High power. Right? See, and that's ultimately what they're doing. Oh, we can make it rain. We don't need it. We don't need God. We don't care if God get angry with us. That's blaspheming against the power, right? We don't need God. We can make it rain ourselves. It's craziness, man. They got all these different things. Whatever his name, Harari or whatever his name was, has said that. But yeah, blasphemy against the power, the Most High Yahweh Bashem Shai, and then blasphemy against His name, right? Calling him Jehovah, Yahweh. That's a blasphemy, man. Or a Hashem. That's a blasphemy. His name, it ain't the name, right? That's a blasphemy, right? Says and to make him to be a leprous, to paint the Lord, or try to paint the Lord. Well, paint some Edomite guy and say it's the Most High and the Son. Have him touching fingers in a Moish fashion, right? Yeah, it's crazy. It's blasphemy. and his tabernacle, which is us, the Israelites, but hey, the land, right? You got them Edomites over there. They just had a great big LGBTQ parade, party out there by some river or some, I don't know what, but they had a big old bash. Oh man, there was right. They were doing all sorts of things, man. Pink City over there in Tel Aviv, right? Supposed to be the people, but nah, not so much, right? Right? And the temple and them that dwell in heaven, right? Yeah. Right? Yeah. Because they don't give a damn about you Israelites or the rest of the people in the world, right? And it says, and it was given to him to make war with the saints. And that's ultimately what he's doing. So this shows you that we're at the end times of this thing. We're at the end time. This is prophesied of the Lord that this is going to happen. And to overcome them, right? We're in this man's hands. Right? We're in the ghettos, the vadios, and the reservation. We're in this man's hands. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations, right? We're going into the time of the microchip. That's going to be given. All the nations are going to be under his subjection through the microchip. Yeah, so this is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 8. And it says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, which is an angel, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob's hand held fast the heel of Esau, right? Which is symbolic of taking Esau down, which this his world is coming down, which is representing what? For Esau is the end of the world, right? Which we're at the end. Esau's in rulership. So we know via through the revival of Rome, right? We're at the end. Via when was it? What's this? 3 years, 3 years and a half, which is 350 years, going from the 1600s. 1608 or whatever it was, something like that, unto 1969, when Abba Bibin started teaching, and basically, it sprung forth what we understand now, which came from One West, their elders, and then to our elders, and then us, those would like. And those with like-minded doctrine unto GMS, because what the truth it's been what it says, been so long time without the truth, and so the truth is it's growing, right? And said, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So it's showing you, hey, this is the end of Esau's world. And Jacob, being you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, hey, ultimately, really, we're the Israelites. We're not those other nations. We just give you that as far as like a layman's term, those are things you recognize to say Black, Hispanic, Native American, but really, we're Yasha Allah. We're the prince of the power. We're the sons of God. You are a God. You know what I'm saying? You mean we're the people of the Most High, man. Right? But this is the end of this place, man. So we know where we're at. We're at the end. Yeah. So this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. See, and you're not going to stop that. The word of the Lord goes out and will never come back void. So the Lord said that at the end times, these people were going to be ruling. They were going to be speaking blasphemy. They were going to be talking all sorts of recklessness. You know, the micro C hit, you know, can do these things, miracles, right? If you go back, go up above this in 13, it talks about them having miracles, right? And that's what they're going to be using, this technology to make it seem like, hey, you know, you don't need God. We're God. The technology is so great. And then they might even use some of the pastors to say, hey, if this is this, then this must be of God, because God is the one who gives everything, which is true. God gives puts things into the mind, but he put it into their mind for prophecy's sake. So therefore that the micro C hip will be here, so that the word of the Lord will go out, will never come back void, right? That he calls us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. And really, when you go into the other one at 14 and 9, it tells you hands, right? Plural. I'll just go to it real quick. 14 and 9 tell you hands. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast, right? That's the system. That means Esau's system, right? Because you had, was it the first one was the Babylonian system, right? And then you had the Medo-Persian, their system. You had the Greek system. Then you had the Roman system. But then the Rome fell, but it had the deadly wound, and it returned. And now you're here, NATO, EU, America, and their system, which is going to go around the world for everyone to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, right? Which anyone who sees what that anyone worship the beast or his image or receive what? His mark in his hand or in his forehead or in his hand, right hand, left hand, doesn't matter, hand, right? You don't got to play games, right? So it says, receive a mark in his right hand or in his forehead. So the other one just said hand, right? Hand. So it could be either hand, right? Which we know that's happening over there in like London and the other side of the world. They do the left hand, but America we do the right hand, because America's always opposite, you know. But it says and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, right? You won't be able to live, like the guy was saying. It's going to take all your privacy. You won't be able to buy anything without them knowing that you bought something. You won't be able to go out your door, out of your house, whatever, without them knowing anything, right? Which they're kind of conditioning you to that now, right? They have those, was it the Ring cameras, the Ring door thing, which it actually do come in handy. Things happen, and then the Ring camera catches it, and then you're able to catch the criminal, or you're able to whatever, however, what happens, right? And it does come in handy, but that's also what conditioning you to that you're going to be surveillance everywhere. You got to be, you just got to walk down the street assuming you're being recorded. Even now, even before the great surveillance, before they really pushed Palantir, right? Which they even said that. Even here in Arizona, before Sheriff Joel Powell went out of office, he admitted that he had been using drones without people's and spying on people's phone calls or whatever, something like that. But I know he said you used the drones for sure and was spying on people without them knowing, right? And that was years ago. So they've been doing that. You know what I'm saying? So that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So you won't be able to buy, sell unless you're connected to this system. And that's what this guy is trying to act like he's trying to prevent. But we know that that's the left-right paradigm. They have to do that to make it seem like you had a choice and people came out and voted. But they're going to say, hey, it was an innumerable amount of vote that everybody said they wanted this. Or at least you might not have said it, but you got outvoted. That everybody else, they want the micro C hit. So with all that, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaha Kodash. I'd like to give double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. To the elder apostles, bishops in Connecticut, the bishops, the preachers, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, the elect, Shalom. To the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold, Shalom. To you sisters, you akhwatim, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence, and the Baba Ball, Kwam Yasharallah.